Welcome to the Buff Show podcast from Appeals Law Group, brought to you by Hal Scott Magaro, and you can visit them at appealslawgroup.com. The absolute very best in criminal appeals. Your case isn't over with appealslawgroup.com. And then, of course, we're brought to you in conjunction with the American Adversaries radio show. You can listen to that show on americanadversaries.com or 94.9 FM and AM 950. This is the Buffer Man, Matt Buff, and I'm here with Greg King today from Great Escapes Travel.
Matt, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
You fearmongers out there really hammered the travel industry pretty hard.
Yeah.
So what we're going to talk about is not just the travel agency and the travel events that are happening now, but also the future. Greg, I see a lot of people out there. They do not like their travel being taken away from them.
They do not.
There's a lot of posts out there. They say, when we can, where are you going to go?
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk to you first about Great Escapes, which I think is the finest travel agency in Central Florida history.
I would concur with that.
So tell us about you guys, where you're located.
We are Great Escapes Travel. We're located downtown Lake Mary on 4th Street and Lake Mary Road, actually. We are a team of over 35, 45, some 50, almost 50 years of experience in the office. So whatever you need, anything, we've got it for travel.
Now, he's not that old.
No.
The 50 years experience, he hasn't been there the whole time. He's an employee.
No, actually, I'm a contractor, but I'm good.
Contractor, yes, indeed.
An associate of Great Escapes Travel.
So let's talk about a little bit about what's going on right now. There's a lot of misinformation about cruise ships that are out there. A lot of those cruise ships were actually already out there before a lot of this came down. It's not like people were jumping on them, and the sickness rate and things like that hasn't been as bad as some have portrayed. I mean, the cruise ships are really safe and protected from sickness, typically.
And they do have full hospitals on board. Every one of them do. A lot of the ships that were at sail during the mandate, they did come back. If they have 1 or 2 days left of their sailing, they waited till that day and came back to port as scheduled. But the one that's out there now, they were talking about the Holland America ship, that one just happened to be after the mandate started, and they were just trying to get people back to their destination safely.
And they did.
And a healthy way of doing it, yeah.
And they screened everybody coming off, and they're making sure to take care of the people on there. I mean, things happen, but that shouldn't stop you, because cruises, I looked, Greg, cruise vacations, when we get back, are the most popular way to do vacations.
Everyone loves cruising. It's the most, almost all-inclusive way to go, especially for a family.
You know what's cool is you can get the drink ticket thing, and every day it's free drinks because you paid up front for it.
You paid up front.
One of my favorite parts about the cruise ship, it's perfectly socially acceptable to be drinking at 10 a.m. Nobody minds that.
No.
And for kids,
that's why you buy it.
And for kids, there's so much to do.
Oh, all kinds of kids' activities on board.
And they can go off by themselves because they're in groups with kids.
And they're well taken care of, even for the babies or infants. They have infant programs, nannies on board.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite kid, like when you get families calling you, and he does a lot of family travel, what's your favorite when it comes to family travel? Is it Disney, or is there something that people don't know about that's really cool?
We don't, here locally, we don't do a lot of Disney because we're here.
Right.
Most of our travel is outbound. We do some inbound travel from different states across the country, but all-inclusive resorts in the Caribbean are great for families.
Oh, that's right, because they can get off the ship and go do a bunch of excursions.
Beaches, the resort called Beaches is probably one of the most popular for families.
Really? Beaches
yes,
is?
Absolutely. It's great.
So look at that right now. Now, people are seeing a lot of flight information. They're looking at flights, and flights are really cheap right now. Talk about the pricing right now for future travel, because this sickness, this virus thing that's going around to a few people is not going to be here forever, and people are going to be back out there traveling.
Yeah, and everyone's excited to book their future trips.
The future trips are important right now. So
don't hesitate to book a trip now. It would be a great thing to do.
Talk about pricing and the rumors and things like that.
Rumor is that the prices are super cheap for cruises. I don't see a difference at the moment. I think they're trying to pull themselves out of the issues that are happening with all of the changes and the rescheduling.
Yes.
And that's really important. So I do see, a lot of us foresee in the future that cruise rates may come down, or any type of vacation rates may come down, just to entice people to come back because they need the business.
And that will also lead to opening of European travel as well.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of European countries already seeing a curve.
We are booking already for this late summer and fall and winter for Europe now.
That's already happening
Yeah,
now.
we have they're already on the books, and people are going. They're ready to go. As soon as it's over with, people will start back.
No, I know a lot of you are at home right now, and this is making you mad because you want to travel. But the good news is that's why we brought Greg on the show to talk about it's not as far away as you may think. You can actually book now. And is there payment options, things like that on different programs?
Many of the different vendors have lengthened their time that you can make your payments. You can actually make payments if you have enough time for your vacation in advance. Absolutely.
That's great to hear. What are some of the most popular, you talked about family destinations for couples that they're going to want to get as far away from here as possible when they get out of the house. What are some of the couple romantic getaways that you find are the most popular?
Honestly, Sandals Resorts.
Sandals?
They really are.
It's not just a screensaver.
That's right. No, they really are a great destination. It's ultra inclusive. Everything you want is available to you. It's prepaid. Once you get there, you have to worry for nothing.
You get servants.
You have your own butlers.
Yeah.
It's the most amazing place to go.
That's amazing.
They
so
are.
think about booking Sandals.
At many different locations in the Caribbean and Bahamas.
Now I noticed too with Great Escapes, Hawaiian vacations tend to be very popular.
Hawaii is amazing. And Tahiti. South Pacific
Tahiti's
is really
good.
becoming popular again.
That's great to hear. You can book now at GetEscapes.com.
GetEscapes.com. We are there for you.
Or call,
Greg.
what's their phone number, Greg?
407-740-6464. And not just me. We have several in the office that are available to help you at any time.
Well, Greg, I was wondering if we can change course a little bit and you stick with me for another fun segment because you're
Sure.
from Oklahoma.
I am.
We'll be right back on The Buff Show. Stay tuned.
Are you not getting enough results? Well, it's time for a change. More people look at Google and social media for goods and services than anywhere else. With JJC Marketing Solutions, you get the best in online marketing with faster Google rankings, weekly reporting, and social results. You can also get a state-of-the-art website and many other professional third-party profiles on places like Google+. Now is the time to get found where people look the most and grow your business. Visit www.jjcmarketingsolutions.com today.
Welcome back to The Buff Show. Still here with Greg King and from Great Escapes Travel, and you can visit them at GetEscapes.com. Of course, we're broadcasting from Appeals Law Group. And Greg, we wanted to talk about something because there's this phenomenon going around on Netflix right now called The Tiger King.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'll get into the Tiger King in a second, but what I wanted to do this segment for is you're from Oklahoma.
I am. Yes, sir.
And your post was, don't judge us by the Tiger King show.
Oklahomans by that show, period. I'm sure maybe somewhere in the deep woods of Oklahoma there may be something like that, but no.
So we'll get back to Oklahoma in a second, but the Tiger King, right? I even convinced my wife almost halfway through the third episode that this was a Christopher Guest film. You know the guy who did the mockumentaries like Spinal Tap, Best in Show, and A Mighty Wind?
Right.
These characters are just as bad. And in fact, Joe Exotic was identical to the main character in Waiting for Guffman.
Oh.
If you haven't seen it, see it.
That I didn't know.
But it turns out, Greg, these people are real.
Uh-huh. They really are, yeah.
Now, we talked about how they made Oklahoma look bad, but the woman in Florida was typical. A missing husband is not too uncommon in Florida.
Apparently not.
I watch a lot of Dateline.
Typically you hear it about Central Florida, especially.
Yes,
but now
that's right.
Finally, it's somewhere besides Central Florida. It's in South Florida.
I'm waiting to watch Dateline and say, I actually know that person.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's so many shows about Florida, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, a missing spouse in Florida, no big deal. But the Oklahoma people,
Oh, man.
with the polygamy and the weird, everything was weird.
Drugs. All
The
of it.
drugs, the
And
meth.
The poor animals, man. That's the part that got me.
Now, one thing I didn't realize that if I own a tiger, I can actually have multiple girlfriends. I found out. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Because in that show, if you
Yeah.
own a tiger, you're allowed to have multiple partners.
Explain that.
I can't.
I don't
I can't
know.
explain anything
I don't
about
know.
this show.
And the man even actually ran for governor.
First of all, I wouldn't want multiple girlfriends. One person bitching at me is enough, all right? All right, so there you go. So now, there are a lot of fun things to do in Oklahoma, and people in Oklahoma are not like that.
No.
Not at all. Greg,
No.
you've met Greg
I
on the show. You know who else is from Oklahoma? Johnny Bench.
Yes.
One of the greatest
Yes.
catchers in baseball history. Garth Brooks, one of the greatest country music artists from Oklahoma. In fact, I can't wait till we open bars again so we can all sing Friends in Low Places
Yeah.
and sing it to the
Did you
Democrats.
catch Garth's concert on TV?
No.
And Garth and Trisha?
I,
They had a live concert.
I don't like
from
social
home.
distancing concerts.
Okay.
I don't. I'd rather go to YouTube and watch them do a live show.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they're looking at me when they're singing to me on the TV.
They are.
I'm like, don't do that. It's weird.
In their mind, they're thinking, Matt.
I got friends in low Matt
They're
Place.
talking to you directly.
Let's see. So that'll be good. Yeah, James Garner, a great American.
He was awesome.
He was awesome. And you know, Brad freaking Pitt, all right? Brad freaking Pitt was from Oklahoma.
Born.
He quickly left,
Yeah.
but he was from there.
Right. Yeah.
So, The Tiger King is a silly show. Patrick Magaro was in here before production, and he said, I will refuse to watch it.
Yeah, you need to, Patrick.
It's like a train wreck.
Yeah.
I think you should watch it
It is
because
a
it
train
is an
wreck.
absolute train wreck. You can't turn away
Total
from it.
train wreck. Yeah.
But halfway through, you're still questioning whether the thing is real or not.
Yeah, and you can't stop watching once you start.
But Joe Exotic is in prison because apparently it's illegal to pay somebody to kill somebody.
You think?
Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh,
Thank you for watching. Thanks, Greg, for joining me on this
Thank you, man.
special episode.
this is a blast.
You guys stay cool out there and be smart, all right? We'll see you next time on The Buff Show.